missed the Florida game last year. Just can you refresh us or remind us of what that felt like having to sit there and watch that, and how renewed are you knowing that you get to be a part of it this year?
Well, Florida is always a game that we anticipate and look forward to, especially after the bye week. Sitting out, it was hard. I felt like I could have done some things against Florida. Maybe, not gonna say it's all on one person, but at least help the team, whatever way I can. But this year, that's the past. But this year we want to move forward, and I feel like we're putting our great foot forward. We got our legs under our selves now, so we're just going to keep moving forward and do the best we can.
How frustrating was it when you're sitting on the bench and you're seeing Florida make big plays against your defense? You're like, I could be out there, but I physically can't.
I can't control an injury, that happens. But even just being there for team morale, just giving them a high five or a little boost or a word of encouragement, it really hurt me because I was sitting in Athens with my mom, and I was like, man, I wish that even if I couldn't play, I'd kill to be in Jacksonville right now, just being with the team because they need that type of support. But at the end of the day, it's a different year. We're moving on. The past is the past, but the future is the future. So that's how we're looking at it.
I know it's a team thing and all that, but how do you feel about all the Jordan for Heisman comments people are making? Your teammates even are getting on the act there.
It's cool. It's definitely cool. But at the end of the day, I'm more worried about the team awards and the team. If we win or not. All the individual stuff will come and go, but at the end of the day, we want to make something special with the season.
Do you feel like it's realistic? I mean, have you given yourself even cause to think about what it would be like to go to New York?
Honestly, I haven't really stopped to think about it. We're just moving on week by week. I don't even know when the ceremony is, if that gives you any idea. So, I'm not really worried about that. I'm more concerned about winning and doing the best I can with the team.
Jordan, I think I saw a video where I think you were talking with Jordan Rogers. Did you guys still embrace the whole no-name defense thing? Can you talk about that a little bit, and what do you do to keep yourself humble at a time when your popularity's soaring?
It's just about the team. You have to put your priorities first. And, I was never the kid to, put myself first. I always put somebody in front of me, whether that was family, friends, team. We embrace that no-name defense. We embrace it because, it's all parts working together. It's not just an individual thing. You can't have a car and not have a steering wheel drive or a wheel or a tire. It takes all parts to get that thing moving.
What has been your view of Florida's offense specifically? What's the challenge?
They're explosive. Florida has a very explosive offense, and we played explosive offenses before, but Florida, it comes in with that challenge of having two QBs and not knowing which one. But we have a scheme for both. We have a scheme for everybody. So we just go in there and hopefully we stop and contain them, and we do our best.
What do you notice is the difference between those two quarterbacks?
Honestly, it's just both of them got cannons. Both of them are mobile. It's kind of like the same car, and it's two sides of one coin. But it's a tremendous challenge. Like watching them on film, it's really crazy, and it kind of gets us to lock in, especially going off the result from last year and how dangerous that Florida team is. It can be, but at the end of the day, we just play our game. So that's what we're going into it with the thinking. We're more making this about ourselves than Florida.
What is your role when you're trying to prevent explosive plays? Obviously, we hear the two on me, someone's free type thing. Is it that same approach, or do you have to change it up a little bit?
Definitely always approach, when two on me, somebody's free, and I always rock with that. But, just working for containment. You don't want to be outside your gap or, because you got two people in one gap and, there's a gap open. So we just want to make sure that we gapped out and we have a trap building to the QB, and we just do our best to contain those boys.
Jordan, when you look at film or when you talk to your coaches, how do you all measure how impactful that you are during your snaps? What do you guys use to determine whether you had a good game or a great game or not a great game?
We have a chart. Obviously we want to hold teams. We have a chart that say we want to hold teams to 13 or less points, which I think we've been doing. We have a chart that says no explosives. Obviously the team's going to have an explosive. That's a play over 10 yards only. So usually most teams have explosive play. And then our third down conversion rates, we have the chart for that. We have a chart for pretty much everything. And you always repping Havoc. I know Havoc was a theme of last year, but that kind of plays into our elite theme this year is creating Havoc and being elite on defense.
Yeah, I'm talking about you individually. If you were
individually?
talking about the individual boys. Yeah.
Oh man, look, Coach Scott has a chart of all defense, and you know, he has plus minuses, and then that's how we grade out. But even if you like, you know, Jalen or me or Devontae, you know, if we make a tackle for loss and we're out of our gap, you know, that's a minus. So that bring our grade lower. So it doesn't really matter. You know, at the end of the day, we want to do whatever we can to win. Obviously, it's a lot better to coach off of win than a loss. So.
If I'm not mistaken, this was kind of a breakout game for you as a freshman, wasn't it? And
Yep.
so does it kind of have a special place in your memory, and just playing in Jacksonville, that whole environment?
Every game is special. Every game is special to me. Anytime I'm able to take that field, it's always special. Especially, you know, coming off an injury, you know, it makes me realize, you know, how much I missed it and how much I enjoy the game. So, you know, definitely Jacksonville is obviously, you know, an important game for everybody. But at the end of the day, you know, we treat it like another game. It just happens to be at a split field, but it's a great experience.
To follow up on that, does it feel different going through this game as far as the
No, not at all. You know, either way, it doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter what rank they are. It doesn't matter what rank we are. You know, we're always going to get our best shot. They're always going to give us their best shot.
How aware are you of you guys that this could be a game that makes their season?
We're very aware. We feel like that's it for every team. You know, every team, you know, they want to beat us. You know, that's the name of the game. You know, you want to beat the other team. That's about the best I can say.
Jordan, a lot of players have talked in the past about this game and that scene as you're driving into the game as you guys are on the bus. Have you ever noticed that? I mean, what's it like kind of coming over that bridge and seeing everything for that game?
Jacksonville is beautiful. That scene going over the bridge and going into the stadium is definitely unmatched. That's always my photo opportunity. So when I always on that bus and I always take a picture of the bridge and the water and the stadium, it's cool. Definitely playing in Jacksonville and playing in the NFL stadium is definitely awesome. It's definitely one of those things you have to take in to savor the moment. But at the end of the day, you have a job to do going into Jacksonville, and that's a win.
You've had really good success in your first 2 years down there against Florida Center, kind of pushing around a little bit. They played last year. What have you seen from Florida's offensive line this year? We're looking at tape.
They're definitely big. They're big. They're strong. But you know, we're big. We're strong, and we're going to give them our best shot, and they're going to give us their best shot. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's a game of line of scrimmage, so we'll see who wins that.
Early on with the NIL stuff, you were guys like, I haven't done anything, you know, kind of, I don't know what to do. How has that changed? And obviously with the last stuff, can you want to tell us some things that happened?
I still don't know what to do. My mom handles all that stuff. So anything you see, just know it's been ran through my mom. It's been washed. It's been like rinsed out. So anything that you see me doing, like my mom has definitely had a big hand in it.
Did having a few days off from practice give you a chance to watch any baseball with you?
Definitely. You know, Chop on Braves, you know, we rooting for them. Definitely pulling for them in the World Series. That would be crazy to experience that. Hopefully I get to catch a game on Sunday or something, but, you know, go Braves.
You ever play baseball?
I didn't play baseball, but I always watched it. So.
You were at, what was it, game 2 of the?
Game 2, yeah, and then I came like a regular season game.
What was that experience like being in the house for that?
It was cool. It's cool. My roommate has a season ticket, so anytime he has an opening, I'm always down to go unless I have practice or like, you know, tutoring or something. But like I just started getting into like Atlanta baseball. Always been a fan of the Charlotte Knights, but obviously we're not in MLB. But you know, it's cool. It's definitely a cool experience. Truist Park is beautiful. One of the nicest baseball parks I've ever been to. And you know, it's just I'm just taking the time to be, you know, a sports fan. You know, not only sticking to football, basketball, and everything, but just, you know, expanding my horizons.
Which roommate has his big?
Blake Anderson. He used to be a walk-on in 2018.
Jordan, the Nagurski Award goes to the best defensive player. It's based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Don't they do something with the high schools there? And how big of a deal is that in that community?
Yeah, definitely. It's a fun time. You know, obviously being a Charlotte native, I would love to go and be a part of it. But at the end of the day, you know, individual success will come and go. But you know, we want to make sure that team success comes first.
And then you made a decision at the end of last year. It looked like it, I don't want to say started a trend, but you coming back for your senior year and Devontae, and it kind of looks like that's how some programs are winning national titles. Do you think that this NIL, that we might see more of that, guys maybe coming back to become first-round picks and also be able to make a little money in addition?
I wouldn't be surprised. Definitely, you know, having like a little pocket change is nice. Take care of my brothers and my mom, and like do nice things. It's definitely nice. But I feel like seniors coming back is definitely a big step of having a great program. You know, obviously the leadership, they've been there before, they know the system, know the scheme. It's just, you know, honestly, this journey has been fun. I'm so glad I came back. I couldn't have made a better decision. And it's just been fun, just enjoying the ride and having fun every moment of it. Even like the second part is like waking up early or whatever, but it's just like, you don't really have many opportunities like this, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to play for the university, and I just want to savor and enjoy every moment of it.
How seriously did you think about it, and was it a hard decision?
It wasn't a very hard decision. I would tell you, my decision was made when I called Vontae. He said he was coming back. I called Vontae. I was like, you know, I'm thinking about coming back. What you doing? He was like, I think I'm gonna come back. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So it was kind of like that. Literally, I talked with my mom days prior. Talked with Vontae. Vontae pretty much sealed the deal. So you know, it was me and him. You know, we all in this together. You know, that's my dog forever. So.
No business part of it? No, like,
no business. We just want to win.
Talking to Kirby, Coach Scott about it?
Look, draft, NFL will come. It'll come. You know, at the end of the day, I'm here at college. I'm where my feet are. I'm not really worried about the future right now. I'm worried. The next future, I'm worried about just playing this game.
What's the difference between the two Florida quarterbacks that you might see on Saturday? Have you studied them at all?
I studied them a little bit. You know, this bye week, we've been focusing on ourselves, and you know, just been trying to rest and you know, not get away from football, but like you know, take a little break and enjoy life. But definitely going to get in the film room. I know they're both athletic, they're both fast. So Emory Jones been there for a minute, so I know he got a ton of experience and he's ready to play.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions with Jordan.
Speaking of Devontae, you're probably unaware, there's a pretty good argument going on like that. Who is the best defensive lineman at Georgia? You guys are all kind of different, and like Jalen Carter does a lot of different stuff.
Right.
Is this a competitive endeavor between you guys?
Absolutely not.
And how would you resolve it if you were asked to rank or to explain?
It is up to the people. But between us, you know, it's all love, and we just want to play. We just want to ball out. We want to see each other win. I can tell you, Devontae White and Jalen Carr are some dogs, and they're some beasts. And every time they make a play, I get extremely happy. So there's no like competition. There's no, you know, it doesn't matter. Any of us can start on any given game. We're going to have no problem with it. If Jalen starts over me, I'll be the happiest guy in the world. Because you know, at the end of the day, he deserves it. He balls out. He's a great player. Devontae's a great player too, and you know, those are my brothers, so there's never really any type of conflict or competition with them.
Jordan, along those same lines, what is it that Devontae does or Jalen does or Trayvon does that allows you to be so good?
Look, they're pass rush specialists. Jalen's brute force strong. He's stronger than me. So Jalen can squat more than me. Devontae, he's fast. He's quick off the get off. So everybody has a different skill set. And I think we complement each other very well, especially on the depth of the D-line. And that's one thing that we preach about defense, that we have a lot of depth, so we can play any player and still go out there and win. So that's one of our, our attributes that we like to have.
Okay, that's all today with Jordan Davis. Thanks, y'all.
Thank y'all. Happy Halloween.